Hello everybody, how's it going? So, welcome to the channel. If you're new, tuning in, watching, clicking on it, it'd be greatly appreciated if you can hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, and the thumbs up on this video, or go through all my other previous videos and check those out. Today we are going to do a video on the history of an old abandoned coal mining town here in Washington State, and it is called Franklin. So bear with me on this because I don't do a lot of history on things like this, but I know that in a couple of the previous videos, I said that I would do some history on a few places, and I'm going to hold up to my end of the deal and do that. So like I said, today's video is going to be on the Franklin ghost town, which is a old coal mining town, an area here in Washington State. The other town is also that I have planned, which I think once this, we start getting nicer weather, or have nice weather, whether it's during the winter or during summer, whatever it may be, I will try to do my best on getting to that part, and I'll actually take you guys to that location. But what we're going to go over today about the Franklin ghost town, I don't quite remember exactly how to get there. I mean, I probably can get there if I drive out in that area, but I haven't been to this location in probably, I want to say, well over 10 plus years. So that is why I'm not at this location doing the history on the Franklin ghost town, or the town called Franklin. So I have a good amount of sheets of paper here going over stuff that happened there back in the day when coal mining was big. And it's going to be the same thing on the other town that I go to, or other area, and both happen to be coal mining. So please bear with me on this history portion of the channel. So if you are interested in that type of stuff, I will lead you to areas where you can learn more about it and do some reading, take some notes, whatever it may be. So if I look down and away from the camera, I'm sorry, because I want to, talk to you guys and not just, talk to, look down and be like, da 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 da. So one of the things on the top of the page says Franklin, everything you always wanted to know. If you would like to learn more about the coal mining town of Franklin during its peak from 1885 until 1919, we've got you covered here. here you'll find lists of websites, web resources, and a couple of books and a theist2 that will quickly get you up to speed. I don't know if they're still doing tours or not, but here it says that the Franklin's next tours are tentatively scheduled for 2021. So that was last year. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if they're doing any more of the tours. And then it says, come to Black Diamond Museum at noon and sign up for an orientation. And then it goes over that, and it says could be up to a $5 donation per adult. And children and veterans and whatnot are free. And it's got some pictures of what it looked like, back then. Like, here's like a picture of the old town, or houses where people stayed. I mean, it's just a little bit that I've read. Seems pretty interesting to read and go over. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. So let me go over some stuff and figure out what's kind of more appealing. Could be more appealing, but like I said, I have like a bunch of all this stuff I got off of Google, so it's definitely a lot to read and a lot to choose from. So it's just deciding on where to go, where to start. So it's definitely great to look into. So follow a gentle old railroad grade into a coal mining ghost town of Franklin along the Green River near Black Diamond. It is an easy walk up to the coal cart and sealed mine shafts. Follow the narrow footpath behind and discover a powerhouse foundation. And then in the 1880s, fueled by coal mining activities in the area, and a town of Franklin was born. Franklin and its associated organ improvements in the area. The town of Franklin was born. I said that already. Sorry, guys. Then organ improvement mine have a storied past, which includes the dubious distances of having been the site of Washington State's worst mine disorder. On August 24th, 1894, they say that there was 37 miners that suffocated due to a fire in the mine let's see where I'm at, that appeared to have been intentionally started. The mine continued to operate 25 years after the incident. But in 1919, coal mining in the area had all ceased, with no jobs to sustain them. Most of Franklin residents abandoned the town. So, like I said, I've been to this location, but it's been many years since I've been to the location. Like I said, actually, 2 of my subscribers on here I've went to this location with. Funny story. It's not so funny, but it's kind of funny now looking back. We went up there, me and my 2 buddies went up there walking around, and we found one of the old coal mining shafts, which at that point you can still kind of go into, which they probably got all of them covered so you don't go into them. But yeah, we looked around, went to a couple of old coal mining shafts, looked around them and went, in a little ways, and then seen the, because back then they had brick buildings, and they have that, which I believe is the powerhouse, and then they have a couple, I think they had a couple coal carts, if not one that I remember there. And it's a cool place to go visit if you know where the area is. I know you can go park there and walk around, and they got little trails, like I've read, that you can walk around and see a lot of the stuff, like the powerhouse, the coal carts, and other things. The next time that I was there, I got a call from I think one of my buddies, which like I said, one of my subscribers. He called me up and knew that I had a chainsaw, and was like, "Hey, I got a couple of the historians, I think they're historians or people that volunteered at this town, little abandoned town called Franklin, said that there were some trees down and would like to get it cleaned up." And my buddy called me and had me bring my chainsaw. So I went up and met up with him, took the chainsaw that I had at the time, and we went and cut a couple pieces of wood or old trees that fell over, and cleaned that up off the trail to where you can walk safely through it. And then very much after that, I haven't been back to that location. So, which, like I said, my mind's a little fuzzy on where it's at. But yeah, it goes through stuff from from like 1894 all the way up to I think all the way up until recent, everything up until 2022. So I see stuff in here from 2019, 2016, and 14. But other than that, I don't see anything from 2020 or till now. So, like I said, if you guys are interested in this type of stuff, I'm not going to bore you guys too long with me trying to read, since I don't read very well. as you can tell. I am better explaining, going over some of the stuff. But I also think it's kind of cool that, Washington and the Oregon coal mining area partnered up and did stuff to help each other out with whatever it may be. And I know that there's a lot of areas that are in the U.S. or in worldwide that still run on coal. Or people have coal heat, which I think is still kind of cool that, there's areas in the world that do coal heat. Granted, personally, I prefer wood heat, but that's just my personal opinion. Because that's what I pretty much grew up on, even though I grew up in a coal mining, what used to be a coal mining town. And then after what, 1920 or 19 whatever, when coal mining started coming to an end, that area that I grew up in went from a coal mining town and turned into a logging town. Not really logging town, but a lot of loggers and tree companies live in those areas. So yeah, I did that. Read about that. So let's see what else is interesting in reading before I end the video. So sorry for the awkward silence. So here's something that's actually, we won't go. Yeah, there's a lot to go over and look through and figure out, like, what's best to go through and read. So yeah, it's just, there's a lot. Like, literally, I got pages and pages and pages and pages of stuff that goes over the Franklin coal mining town. And it goes over, like, one of the things is the awful disaster of Franklin mining. A regional folk saying and regional hero, the disaster at Franklin. Learn about the August 24th, 1894 fire at Franklin and the story of a guy and his son who lost their lives. Like, a lot of it seems like it goes over, like, that situation of things, that the disasters of the fire and other things. And then, so I was just trying to, like I said, trying to figure out what this doesn't go over a lot other than dates and what happened on those dates. So if you're interested, you can go on. Like I said, I found all this stuff off of Google. So I hope you guys enjoyed me stumbling, stuttering, and fumbling over my words. Because like I said, I am not too keen on history and going over things like this. When I was going to do this video, I was figuring I'd do a lot better, but I'm not trying to beat myself up, because I'm trying to do my best to give you guys content. So whether it's out driving around talking to you guys, or doing chainsaw videos, or doing stuff like this to where I'm reading and fumbling over my words, I'm doing my best to give you guys content. So like I said, if you guys could please give me a subscribe, thumbs up, hit the bell notification, and leave comments of, you know, positivity or something. That'd be great. But I will see you guys on the next video. So thank you guys for watching, and like I said, please hit that thumbs up, please hit the subscribe, and hit the bell notification.